Everyone, Mr. Neighbor here, and we're going to continue talking about sales tax, tips, and markup with our two different methods. Method number one, where we take the tax and add it onto the original, and method number two, where we combine those 2% and find the answer right away. So tip is the same process as working with tax. Tips tend to be higher depending on the place that you go and how generous you are. You might tip between 10% and 30%. So what I tend to do is shoot kind of in between the middle of those, which is around the 15 to 20% mark range. So we do it the same way. So if I'm looking at method number one, where it's adding on the tax, in this case, adding on the tip, I'm going to first find the tip. So whatever my amount was, I'm going to tip them 15% of that. So I will multiply by the tip as a number, the tip percent as a number. This gives me out $5.25. Remember, you would probably be doing this with a calculator. And then you're going to add things on. 35 plus what your tip is. $5 and, oops. Is it 35 or 25? It's 25. So that's going to be $40.25. So this was your tip this time, not the tax anymore. This was your original, and this was your tip. For method two, we're going to combine the 2%. So we first have to pay all of the bill, which is 100%, and then we have to pay 15% for the tip. So we will be paying 115% of the amount we see. So that's going to be 35 times 115%, which is 1.15 as a number. And that will give you out $40.25. I would check both these methods to make sure that you see these two answers as the same number, because they should work out to be the same. Otherwise, something's going wrong. So make sure you're checking those. This problem says a haircut costs $20. The sales tax is 4.75%. Is $25 sufficient to cover the haircut with tax and 15% tip? So before we do this problem, I just need to talk about the order of things. When you get a bill, you will get that bill with the tax included on there. So you will have the tax figured in, but the tip won't be, because that just depends on how gracious you are. This problem tells us we're going to do 15% tip. So the tip happens after the tax is actually on the dollar amount. So we first have to do the tax. That's our new amount. Then we have to do the tip after that. So I'm going to do this with method number one first. So method number one, what have I been using? Have I been using green? Yes. So first, 20 times 0.0475 to get out what my tax is, which will give me 0.95, 95 cents. That's a 9. I'm going to add this on so that my bill is going to be $20.95. So remember that. Now I am tipping on top of that. So I'm taking 20.95. I am thinking about giving a 15% tip. So that is the number 0.15. 15% of that is $3.14. I must now add my tip on. So this was the tax. This is the tip. And I must add that on to what I'm paying. So 20.95 plus my tip of $3.14. And I will get out an answer of $24.14. So that is how much I'm actually paying. So is $25 sufficient to cover the haircut? Yeah, I'll still have 91 cents left. So let's do this with the other method, combining percents. You still have to do it in 2 stages. You can't lump it into one because we have sales tax as one stage, tip as another stage. So first, I'm going to be paying 100% of the bill. Okay, so 100% of the bill is my $20, and I'm going to be combining that with the 4.75% tax. So I will have to pay 104.75% of the amount that's listed. So I will take 20 times that number, which is 1.0475, which will give me 20.95. Okay, so that's the same number I get over here. Now, for the tip, I have a new 100%. That new 100% is this 20.95. And I will be finding that in addition to the tip. So I'm going to take that times 15%. Sorry, add that to 15%. So it's 115%. So this is my new original right here, right there. That's my new original. So I put it down here and I multiply it by 115%, which will give me out $24.09. Okay. So if you were to do this, combining all the percents, you would not get an accurate answer because you would be taking 15% of this 20, which you do not want to do. So you must split it up. Let's try another example. For this one, I'm going to just do the split up method. So the one in green that we've been doing. Scott wants to tip his taxi cab driver 20% if his commute costs $15. What is the total cost? So 15 times 20% tip, which is the number 0.2, would give us out $3. And then I will take our original, add $3 to it to give us out 18. So he will pay the driver $18. Find the total cost of a spa treatment of 42, including 6% tax, 20% tip. This is another example where we have to be careful. Do the tax first, then do the tip. So I will take 42 times 6% as a number and get out 2.52. I will add that on to the original and get out 44.52. So this was the tax. Then I will do the second stage, which is my tip. So I will look at my new amount and then take 20% of that for my tip, which is 0.20, which will give me out $8.90. And then I will add that to my new original, which is the 44.52. Sorry for my sloppy handwriting. Which will give me out 53.42. And that is in dollars. I want to show you the other way in red just because this is one of those tricky examples again. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to put up all the work. So we have 100%, which is our 42. We have 6% tax, and that combines to be 106%. 42 times 106% as a number will give you out that, which we saw over here as well. That becomes our new 100% right here. And we add that to 20, which gives us 120%. So that new amount, that new 100% times 120% as a number will give us out 53.42, just like the other one.